Hello students, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to study about the megasporogenesis. Now see what is megasporogenesis. Understand. Formation of megaspore from megaspore mother cell, that is known as megasporogenesis. Means formation of megaspore from megaspore mother cell is known as megasporogenesis. Now you know very well, we have studied already in the previous videos that this is the structure of ovule. Clear? Which is having two integument. These are two integument. Opening is present on tip where the micropyle is there, and which is integument is enclosing the mass of homogeneous tissue that is known as nucellus. Is it clear? This is known as nucellus. This is known as your micropyle end. This is chaliceal end, and this is stalk is known as funicle. Clear? Now, how this nucellus is made? So, during the development of ovule, nucellus develop from the placenta in the form of a small rounded outgrowth like structure. So, understand this line. See here, this is the stigma, style, and ovary. Clear? And the point where the ovule is attached, this point is known as placenta. So here what is going on? It is coming like a mass of a tissue. Okay, this way it is coming like a mass of a tissue, and slowly it is enclosing by the integument. So nucellus is coming, nucellus develop from the placenta, and placenta is a point where the ovule is attached to the body wall of the ovary. This is known as placenta. All the cells are undifferentiated, they are homogeneous, and they are meristematic. Clear? Now, hypodermal cell of nucellus. This is, please understand, this is in your summary. Please read carefully. Hypodermal cell of nucellus is differentiated, becoming big in size, and now that cell is known as archosporial cell. So, one cell which is below the epidermis, because you know this layer is epidermal layer. Let me show you. This is epidermal layer. Clear? So it is coming as a mass is coming like a homogeneous tissue which is enclosed by the single layer of epidermis, and one cell which is in hypodermal position becomes as an archosporial cell. Now, in some plants, what will happen? This archosporial cell will divide directly and function as a megaspore mother cell. In some, it will directly function as megaspore mother cell, but in some, what will happen? This archosporial cell will go for periclinal division. So this archosporial cell will go for periclinal division to form two cell, outer parietal cell and inner sporogenous cell. So in some cases, what is going on? Archosporial cell will go for periclinal division. Periclinal means this is one cell which will divide to form two cell, outer parietal and inner sporogenous cell. And this inner sporogenous cell will work as megaspore mother cell. So this sporogenous cell will directly function as megaspore mother cell. So I hope so up till here you are understanding how the megaspore mother cell is differentiated. Clear? Now, so archosporial cell is there, which some cases it function directly as megaspore. In some cases, it goes for periclinal division to form. Now, this sporogenous cell can work as a megaspore mother cell. So this is megaspore mother cell, and we are assuming in our diagram orthotropous ovule. Please see the NCERT diagram very carefully. Micropyle is up, indicating we are assuming which ovule in our explanation through diagram, orthotropous ovule. Is it clear? In orthotropous ovule, if you remember, micropyle is upside. Okay, this is micropyle, this is chaliza, and this is funicle. Clear, beta? Bitechnic condition. So this is megaspore mother cell. It undergo meiosis. This is meiosis 1 is done. And after meiosis 1 is done, they make megaspore dyad. Two cells are united, na? That is why we say dyad. Ploidy of megaspore mother cell is 2 and megaspore dyad is N. And it undergo meiosis 2 to form megaspore tetrad. And only one type of tetrad, that is linear tetrad, they make. Okay, they make only one type of tetrad, that is linear tetrad. So this is the way how megasporogenesis is done. Means formation of megaspore from megaspore mother cell. So through dyad, they are making tetrad. Let us see the questions. See here. Which type of tetrad is present in megaspore more common? The answer is in megaspore. You are finding which type of tetrad? You are finding linear tetrad. Is it clear? Generally, which type of tetrad you will see? Linear tetrad. Now, functional megaspore of linear tetrad is which one? This we'll be studying in the next video. Functional megaspore will be the lowermost one. Means it is the fourth one from the micropyle. How many chromosomes are present in the functional megaspore if aileron layer of a cell serial contain 36 chromosomes? So aileron layer ploidy is 3n. If 3n is equal to 36, so what is n is equal to? 12. Is it clear? So answer is, because functional megaspore ploidy is n, aileron layer ploidy is 3n. So I hope so in this video, megasporogenesis, all the question related to it might be easy for you. Thanks for watching. And in the next video, we are going to study about the embryo cell development.